Okay, I've now put up Jacinda Ardern's chart on the board, and this is her full name, Jacinda Kate Laurel Ardern. She was born on the 26th of July 1980. A person's birth date is like being stamped as you come out into the world, and that's a fixed timing. A person's name is given to them because we have given somebody a name based on what we think it would be a good name for that child. In many ways, a mother, when a baby comes out, will be given or have several names to choose from, but she likes to choose the one that feels right. Now that's the key word, it must feel right. If it doesn't feel right to the mother, naming a child means that the child will have challenges throughout its life. Now this again is something that I have got through empirical data, which means gathering a lot of information over a lot of people over a long period of time. And 40 years is a long time to have something provided as evidence to me in statistics. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to tell you what her name represents just by pointing at things which will tell me how I would see this person if I've never met them before. And I'll make some marks on the board as I go through pointing out. The beginning of a person's name, the very first letter, is the impacting letter or sound that the brain receives when we're talking about somebody or some item, like the IRD, for example. When you say the I and you go to the other two letters, people will have already preconceived or have a perception of what you might be talking about, especially when you're talking about text. I'm talking about text, I'm off to the I, and you know it's the RD. When we're talking about Jacinda, if I mention the name Jacinda now, people throughout New Zealand will have her image in their mind first. Of course, unless they are Jacinda, of a different person, Jacinda, there might be a sibling in their family or a wife or something of that nature. So the name Jacinda, therefore, has an image or a picture in the mind. And the letter J is the symbol. What it means is looking back at the past to see how I can improve it. So if every letter then, like the letter J here, has a timeline going through it, and this is the present, that's the past, and that's the future. So the letter J says over the years, Jacinda has picked up a lot of information and she stored it in the past, back here. And she stored it in such a way that the letter J, which is like a bit of a fishhook, and it captures things. So you've got a capture type picture here that says I will capture material that I've seen in the past because I think I can improve it. So anyone whose name starts with J, John, Jeffrey, Jacinda, Jack, they all have a common thread of that could be improved, and they've just got this in their makeup. So she thinks that all the things that she's seen in her past around her that she looks at and says, I could improve that. That's what Jacinda is like. Her whole name, Jacinda, or just the first part, totals to the number 6 here. I've reduced those numbers back down to 24 and down to 6. It wouldn't matter if I used these letters to their fullest number. The 10th letter, the 1st, the 3rd, the 9th, the 14th letter, the 4th and the 1st. It would take that number higher, but it would still reduce to a 6. The key word or phrase for number 6 as a reference number is responsibility, but it's also the bully. Many people who have number 6 as a first name get what they want through pushing the point to get it. They are generally in charge of groups. They often act as a supervisor in a company. They are people who seem to know how to organise something their way, especially with that J at the front. And they can be the bullies. The word police adds up to 6. And I'm not saying they're bullies, they organise things down in their community underneath them. Most politicians have the number 6 in their makeup. And a lot of them are bullies, but they like the comforts of life. Oh yeah, 6 loves nice foods, nice surroundings, a lovely family, and they usually make it happen. It's also the number of the millionaire. The number 6 actually means wealth. So we have here a strong-willed person who could be a bit of a bully but likes to organise things their way. If we look at Jacinda Ardern, we're looking at this number here and this number here. because Ardern sums to 33. If you bring that and that number together to here, we've got the day, month and the year coming up, along with where Jacinda is like as a person. So as a basic person, 6 plus 6 equals 12, which comes to 3. So she's a 3 type person. The number 3 represent in a person, colourful, creative, attractive, communicative. They will use their hands a lot, and they just like get that expressive going out, expressive, a way of putting something across. So she can be very expressive, and yet the whole name, 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 equals 22, which comes to 4. Oh, there's that 3 there. That 3 represents that one and that one coming down here. The reason I have this down here is to do with how she's going to do at the elections this year. And I'll get to that. So, a 4 person, hard work. They are hands-on, they're very emotional. If things don't go their way, they can get quite testy about it. Now, it's not just that. Hard work represents her personality. So this is her personality, P-E-R-S for personality. The birth date are characteristics. Personality, characteristics. She's a very determined person. She likes to do it her way, have hands-on approach to it. The word hard and the word work both add up to the number 4. And you'll find that if you want to take the letters and use that little graph up there, you will find that it works out. The number 26 stands, the key word is authority. Now this is a very, very strong word. It's a tough word. The word tough, for example, sums to the number 8. 2 and 6 and 3 and 7 and 8. 2 and 6 is 8, 11, 18 and 8 is 26. So she's a very strong person, it's tough. Her birth date was on 1980, but this year it's 2020. So she will still celebrate her birthday, should she do that, on the 26th of July 2020. So what I have to do now is to take this particular figure, that one, and sum them together to find out what's happening to her in her life this year. 2 and 6 is 8, 7, and 2020 is 4. 8 and 7 is 15, 19. 1 and 9 is 10, which reduces to a 1. I've just added the 1 and 9 together to get that 1. Now down here, we go through these cycles in life, which are 9-year cycles. How do I know they're 9-year cycles? I know that every time the sun does one revolution or one orbit on itself, the earth does 27. 3 times 9 is 27. The word sun adds up to the number 9. S-U-N is 1, 3 and 5. 1, 3 and 5 add together comes to the number 9. The sun travels around our galaxy at 450,000 miles per hour. 4, 5 adds up to 9. When a person is born, the pattern of stars in the sky at that particular place where they were born is set, if you took a picture of it. 18 years later, the stars are in the same place. A 1 and 8, 9. And they call that a Saros pattern. This is astrological terms. Saros. S-A-R-O-S. I don't make up these words, they're there. That's 1, 1, 9, 6 and 1. 1, 2, 11, 17, 18. So when you start to look at this particular work I'm doing, again, it's something that has to fit. And I don't make up the words, but the patterns work out well, and nobody has done this. So I teach this to a few students already. I'm doing stuff online very shortly, and you may be interested in it. So let's look at where she's at now. Her birth date, when I added it up, came to 1 for this year. In this series of 9 years here, she's just at a brand new beginning of a new 9-year cycle. I've got day, month and calendar year here, so the day for her is 8. 2 plus 6 is 8. 7, pardon me, is her month. And it's 2020, which is a 4. 8 and 7 is 15, and 4 is 19. 10, 1. And I've got her here at the very beginning of this 9-year cycle. she's in a 1 year now. What's the problem with that? Letters in her name at the moment indicate that this is her personality number here, and that's next year's personality number. We change each year how we feel about the year. She's in a 1 year cycle now. Next year she'll be in a 2 year cycle. So over here next year, this is her and this is her environment. When you add 2 and 7 together, or 7 and 2, you get the number 9. That combination in anyone's chart makes it very difficult. So either Jacinda gets through the selection this year and remains as Prime Minister and her year turns to crap. Or she goes to the polls this year and the voting public vote her out along with her party because of the mess that's been created this year through circumstance. Now, I'm not here to say whether COVID-19 is a real thing or not a real thing, but what's coming out of the woodwork now is that it seems to me that they've been making big mistakes. Over-calculated things, over-addressed things, made models that aren't working. The amount of people who have been struck down by COVID-19 is less than the seasonal flu numbers. So literally, what is this thing? Why have they shut the world down? Is there something else going on? Well, that's not for this particular video clip. I have a lot of awareness of what is going on, and so therefore, if people vote for Jacinda this year, not only are the people going to suffer, Jacinda will suffer. If she's suffering, other people will suffer. And being a person who very, very sensitive, both the number 4 and the number 8 that we've got here, these are very, very strong sensitivity numbers. They keep it deep inside themselves. If you cross them, they never forget it, but they keep it on the inside. And eventually, unfortunately, stress, I'm just going to take a bit off here. Stress in the body causes cancer. Cancer is formed by many types of stress. It can be a disease, could be living in hard conditions, could be difficult with food. Cancer, 3, 1, 5, 3, 5 and 9 equals 8. 3, 4, 9, 12, 17, 26. We've all got to die of something. It depends on what you do with it. Have a healthy lifestyle. Eat vegetables out of your own garden if you can, or fresh. Don't overindulge in anything, but abuse your immune system a little bit, because if your immune system is too weak, you won't be able to fight off any bugs and things coming along. In my view, what's Jacinda Ardern like? I would say that she has, from here, the very first 4 years of her life were quite difficult. This thing here is a time scale. I can go from her beginning of her life right through to where she is now and beyond. This program I've designed literally is a time scale. So can we now see the future? Yeah, I can plot the future better than a model that anybody else can make, and that's why the predictions that I made for this year, 2020, on the 20th of October last year, on my website said that this year was going to involve international problems, financial crash, and health. Those 3 things in particular. And I've got on my website, when you do go through to it, you'll see a picture of gold bullion. That's the story I wrote last year on the 20th of October, before 2020 came into play. And it's unfolded that way. What's it going to be like later on? Just watch out for July. I'm not very happy about that month this year. People stay inside for too long, their immune system does weaken. We've got to have all this bacteria and viruses on our body. They're not bad, some are good, some are bad. Viruses and bacteria are good as well. We need those to make our immune system strong. If we lose that by not being out in the environment and interacting with atmosphere and other people, we get weaker. Once we come out of this particular thing, take lots of vitamin C and good food inside you, and get out there, breathe deeply, because you've got a lung capacity that's huge. Make sure that you get the air in your lungs there by doing a little bit of light exercise. No need to go crazy on it, to take care of yourself. If you have any problems, write to me. I'll put the information up online. Thanks for watching, and vote the right way this year. I have my views on that, and I know where I will be voting. And it's certainly up in the air at the moment. So take care and go and have a drink. and an ice cream and a piece of chocolate, just to keep that immune system working, but not too much. Cheers, catch you soon. Bye.